Hi. I'm going to be quick, everybody. I just wanted to record a message that came to me, something that I experienced and I want to share. And that's repressed and unaddressed emotions. Not a good mixture. Very early, someone shared with me in my adult life um, about the dangers of unaddressed emotions, basically not dealing with them. He didn't use any complex terminology or anything like that. He gave me some knowledge that sticks to me 30 years later. And I used them a lot. I used the example a lot that he gave me in my videos. And I noticed recently I stopped. But this is what was imparted to me 30 years ago. Just what we would call an OG, but a very, not in a derogatory way, but one of the people in the communities that advocated for positivity among everyone. But anyway, um, he told me personally, and he said, this was 30 years ago. He said, pressure will burst a galvanized pipe. And in his funny little quirky way, he said, he said, you do know what a galvanized pipe is, right? And I was like, yeah, just a regular pipe. I was in my 20s at the time. He said, now, if pressure can bust that pipe, just imagine what pressure would do to the human body. And because of the content of our conversation, I knew what he meant. He didn't, like I said, he didn't use any complex medical terminology. And he wasn't in the medical field, but he was a wise man who knew my story and was giving me a way out before I hurt myself or someone around me or made myself ill. So I'm telling you now, when you unaddress and repress your tears, your frustration, your grief, regardless of what it is, your disappointment, all it does is sits there. And then you're going to add some more to it, and you add more. After a while, it's going to explode. You're going to run out of room. And it's going to burst. And at that point, you have sometimes zero control over how to fix it, or very limited control on how to fix those. That means someone in your exterior, you're outside your element, external from yourself, is not making decisions for you. I have to assist you to make a decision that you know you can make for yourself. When my husband passed away, I did that for many years. I repressed, I unaddressed and repressed, pushed down, sat on, drilled shut, wrapped tape around it, everything. Because it was just too much to handle, you all. So I get it. That's why I truly, and I know it sounds repetitive, but it's very important to get to a support group that can help you manage and talk through your grief. Like I said, grief can come in many forms. That's the death of a spouse. That's the death of a child. That can be death, period. Let's just say that. It can be through divorce, the loss of a marriage. It can be a loss of a way of living. And I think about what's going on in Hawaii. How they're mourning not just death, but the loss of their beautiful landscape. Thousands upon thousands of years of tradition, you know? So when you feel these feelings, it's okay to cry. It's okay to say, you hurt my feelings, or you did this thing to me and it hurt. It's okay to be angry and upset, but what's not okay is to hurt yourself or anyone else. That's why I suggest professional counseling. And I'm not saying that you have to go spend a lot of money. What I'm saying is you can find a free support group that can help you right now. That's online. And I've seen some people use, some local business owners use their store, like the, little corner of his store he used to support an event that I had. So if you're intentional on your joy, it's like God, the universe, or whoever you subscribe to, that you pray to, that feeds you spiritually, whether you know it or not, will bring it to you. Or you get out of nature and you cry. But you keep moving, okay? And if you can, get to one of these groups. And I know you're thinking, oh, this lady on YouTube. I am. I am a lady on YouTube who has a story that I am continuing to write, but I'm also able to go back and proofread previous pages, which are my experiences, and make corrections and share them with you. And I want to share that with you. Don't repress or unaddress your emotions. All right? It's not a good recipe. And, I remember, and it just dropped to me I don't care. You guys know how old I am. You all, anyway. And I remember, this is how important support groups are. There was a sitcom that ran for a very long time, if I can recall, called Dear John. And it was a sitcom based on a support group for divorcees, So, and this was, I want to say like in the 90s, if not the late 80s, early 90s, or something like that. And I will watch it, not knowing that I was, how I was going to be able to pull from that today. But, this message came to me while, look, yes, it's laundry day. So I just wanted to share this with you. Do not repress. Okay. All right. Do not have it go unaddressed. Be intentional in your joy. Find a healthy way to express and move through your emotions. I had some very wonderful women very early in my grief journey tell me, stop crying. Stop crying. Pull yourself together. But that was the advice that they were given. I'm telling you, I did it that way. You don't want that. So I'm giving you some simple terms and simple love that somebody gave me 30 years ago. If pressure will bust a galvanized pipe, I don't even think they use galvanized pipe anymore. Galvanized pipe is steel, okay? Or either, you know what a busted pipe is. If you don't, Google it. So if pressure can bust a galvanized pipe, just imagine what it'll do to the human body. It can wreak havoc. And it can put you in the hospital. All right? I love you all. Get to those groups, all right? Peace.